Welcome to another great edition of Bible Alive. Today we have Pastor Mark. Glad that you're here with us, Pastor Mark.
It's good to be here, Dwight.
We have a different thing we're going to be sharing today. It's going to be about a Remnant rally, and it's all about the Bible. But before we get started, we've got to take this important break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Today, people are more frightened than ever about what's in store for their futures. As the financial markets have lost trillions of dollars in value, and more citizens have lost their homes and jobs, tensions and threats continue to increase among the nations of the world. And as one national leader said, unprecedented natural disasters have brought Americans to the point of fatigue. Millions of confused souls are now learning that their earthly treasures and comforts can't bring them lasting peace. They are watching their castles built on sand being washed away. And now, more than ever, they are looking for something better. They are looking for answers. But who will be there to offer them the one answer they need? Now, Remnant Publications is proud to present a brand new sharing resource that will touch the heart of today's hurting, seeking soul right where they're at. In today's fast-paced culture, the sheer length of the great controversy has often discouraged many souls from plumbing its life-changing truths. Until now, Remnant has taken the greatest faith-building Bible commentary ever written and made it more accessible to today's reader. Beginning with Volume 1, has developed this powerful voice of truth into 4 shorter, less intimidating volumes with covers that speak to the heart of contemporary truth seekers. Even better, each volume is priced to share on a massive scale, making it easy on your church and personal outreach budget. If you would like to get involved in this urgent effort to share the end-time message, you can act now by calling 1-800-423-1319 or by visiting us on the web at www.remnantpublications.com.
Welcome back. Today we're going to do something just a little bit different. We're going to share a message from our Remnant Rally. To give you a little explanation of the Remnant Rally, we bring in great speakers and good music that help the Bible come alive in a very practical way. Pastor, what is the message on the rally that we're going to be having today?
Well, you know, we had a great time at that rally, and this message, Danny Shelton, the rumor mill, is a real practical message about something that we all deal with on a regular basis. It was great live, but I think the viewers are going to be really blessed with this presentation.
I do too. The church rumor mill, Danny Shelton. What a practical message. Stay tuned.
Just use me as a vessel of honor. I don't care how you do it. And even if I realize it or am able to see the effects, I just want to know that what I'm saying, that you can use it, because it's all about God. It's not about us anyway. I mentioned that this morning. And so I want to encourage you today, whatever you're doing, that remember this. The Lord says go, Jesus says go, and the devil says stop. It's really that simple, folks. If you want to hear some big delivery of a sermon, you'll have to have somebody else listen to somebody besides myself, because things are very simple. It's the only way I know how to cope in this world, is that I know a few things that I'm convinced of, and that one is I can do nothing without Christ, but number 2 is I can accomplish all things through Christ. How do I know that? The Bible tells me so, right? So you're in the same boat I am, that you can do nothing no matter who you are or what you think talents you have and gifts you have. There are none effect without God's blessing. So we all need to be constantly seeking God, seeking His will for our lives. And Lord, what is it you would have me to do to help get the gospel to the world? Jesus says, go ye into all the world. The devil says, stop. And so it's just that simple. So what I want to talk to you about, and one of the reasons for this little book is because I believe one of the greatest problems within the church, not only the Adventist church today, but in any Christian churches that I know, I meet all kinds of pastors, is the problems that come into our church one of the big problems is the church rumor mill. Dwight mentioned this morning that some people they don't go to shows and do other things, so they get together and talk about people. But one of the things, the devil is going to use anything he can to see that stop happens. That's what he's going to do. So we can keep the Sabbath all we want to. We can be the greatest Christians. We can give our tithes and we can give our offerings and we can do all of this. But the devil is going to tempt you where you're the weakest. I tell people, I'm never tempted. I don't say this proudly, but I'm never tempted to drink alcohol. Some of you can relate to that. Are you really ever tempted? You know, most of you would probably say, no, you're not really tempted. Why? Because I've never drank alcohol in my life. So the devil's not going to waste his time tempting me to drink alcohol when every time you resist the devil, it's like we become stronger in the Lord. So the devil is not going to tempt me with that or doing drugs. Some of you, that he has, and that's been your problems. But he's going to tempt us in areas where they're the weakest. And when we look at what happened in heaven, and is what got me to thinking about this. Now, I'm not going to say there's a lot of rumors about me, but there's a lot of rumors about you too. I hear some of them, right? So again, we're all in the same boat. And there's a lot of rumors going around, and they're within the church. And it's like, why are we so busy? Some people spend more time spreading rumors and talking about gossip than they do getting the gospel. And I think that we need to get a lot of people have gone from gospel to gossip. And I think we need to go get from gossip to gospel again, right? We need to take that ship back, turn it around, and go the other way around. But you see, the devil is going to tempt us in areas that we're the weakest. And so, no, we're out here, we're keeping the Sabbath, and no, we're not eating these terrible things, and no, we're not doing these things. But somehow we get involved in talking about other people. And it all started in heaven. I won't read you the story. You know the story in heaven with Satan. The war that began there was what kind of a war? It was a spiritual war. It wasn't a physical war where they were fighting with guns and what have you. How did Satan do it? When Satan sinned, he said, I shall be like the Most High God, right? Satan was jealous of God. He was jealous of his position. He coveted it. He wanted to be like God, and so what he did is he apparently and obviously began to talk to the other angels. And there began the first rumor mill, because you know that in order to get their support, he had to convince them that God was not what he appeared to be. Am I right? I mean, that's just common sense. He had to have done something, because it wasn't that people looked at God and said, no, he's not perfect, he's a bad guy, I'm going to go serve somebody else. It's a rumor mill that started right there in heaven of Satan going to the other angels, convincing them that God wasn't all that he was cracked up to be. And somehow we can't imagine it. It's beyond our imagination. I can't imagine how this possibly could have happened, that the angels in the very presence of God could be drawn away. Can you? Now, if the angels in the very presence of God can be drawn away from him, what about you and me today? You see, the devil has not changed his tactics. All he's done is he's come to this earth and he does the exact same thing. You see, I bring out in this little book, what happened is when the United States of America was discovered, that we came here, most of the people came, I understand, I didn't live back then, so I'm going by what I heard, what I read, that some of the young people think I've been around forever, and is that they came here to have freedom from religious persecution, right? You've heard the story. So our Constitution supposedly was penned